can't really see it. He's kind of hiding back here. He's a little... Anyways, digging a little deeper. Sinners. Where do we start? I can't make any promises. I could make tons of videos about this movie, looking at the cinematography, looking at the writing, looking at the music. There are so many different angles that we could dissect this film, but I think it's best to start with something simple, and then we can dig deeper. Oh, look at that. I said the name of the show. Okay. All right, Sinners. When Coogler dropped Sinners, he gave us a vampire movie drenched in Delta blues, but with a twist. Jig-dancing Irish vampires. Sounds wild, right? But that choice, it wasn't random. Coogler said that he wanted to highlight the crossover between African American and Irish musical traditions, and that crossover, it runs deep. I mean, it definitely hit hard as an African American living in Boston, and I've lived here my whole life. But in that movie, at the center of that intersection was the banjo. The first time we see Remick on the outside of the juke joint, we see his open back banjo on display. Let's go back in time. Long before it was a bluegrass staple or a comedy prop on TV, the banjo was born of resistance and rhythm. Its ancestors, like the accounting, came from West Africa, carved from gourds, strung with gut, and played by hand. The instrument came over with enslaved Africans, reshaped in the Caribbean and American South. It was ours, and it still can be ours. This is a big reason why in our logo, the one thing that connects the words black and folk is a banjo. I mean, hold on, pause. Shout outs to our graphic designer, whoever that might be. It's me. So, by the 1700s, the banjar or the banza was being played at plantations, gatherings, and dances. The sound was communal, spiritual, and rooted in survival. But like so many black innovations, it was all together now, y'all, co-opted by whites. In the 1800s, white minstrel performers put on burnt cork, stole the sound, and sold the stereotype. The banjo became the face of mockery, even while its African roots were being erased. And by the 1900s, it was labeled a white rural instrument. You can learn a little bit more about that when you check out our other Legacy Roots video about Leslie Riddle and the beginning of what became race music and country. But here's the truth. African Americans didn't abandon the banjo, they were pushed out of its narrative. Still, the legacy lived on in gospel, jazz, jug bands, and the quiet corners of Southern black culture. I gotta admit, my introduction to it in an impactful way was in one of my film classes in college, through the movie Deliverance. There's a reason you have a perception of the banjo you might have now. Artists like Rhiannon Giddens, Dom Flemons, and Jake Blount out in Rhode Island have been reclaiming that story, reminding the world that the banjo is a black instrument. So when Coogler pits Irish jigs against Delta blues, he's not just setting a vibe, he's starting a dialogue, one that traces the banjo from Africa through America's darkest chapters and into the shared sonic space with Irish music. The banjo is a bridge, a portal, a memory. And in this series, we're digging deeper into the instruments, the ancestors, and the truths that shape our art and sound. If you learned something new or you already dug deep, you dig deep enough, whatever, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. We've got more to uncover. I'll see y'all next time. This is Cliff Notes with We Black Folk. Peace.